you credit card stack the right way? Look, credit card stacking is one of the most powerful ways you can fund a business, but there's some things you really need to know to maximize and monetize the benefits that this kind of funding program can provide. So how do you credit card stack the right way? Let's dive into it. We got a lot to cover. Let's get started. So the very first thing you need to know is you have to analyze your business needs. Why are you even trying to get financing? Here's why this is important. When it comes to credit card stacking, you're getting a lot of credit cards at the same time. Now, it only makes sense if you're getting the kind of credit cards you really need. Some credit cards have the benefit of 0% rates for 6, 12, or 18 months. Some of them have the benefit of reporting the credit they're giving you to the business credit reporting agencies, helping you build business credit. Some of them have the benefit of giving you rewards points, and sometimes those reward points are for hotels. Sometimes it's for travel. Sometimes it's for groceries or office supplies. So what are you spending money on the most, and what's most important to you? Look, I've got clients that want the absolute lowest payments because they're real estate investors flipping real estate. They're going with credit cards that give them 0% rates. I've got clients that want to build business credit as fast as they can, and they're choosing credit cards that report to the business credit reporting agencies. Well, I have other clients that like to travel quite a bit for business and personally, and they're really relying on credit cards to give them the most points for airline and hotel stays. Other clients buy office supplies, buy groceries, and those things are most important. You have to determine what your most important things are, what you want to use the money for. That's going to guide you on the right kind of credit cards to get and help develop the right strategy to credit card stack the right way. Next step, start with a strong foundation. Look, one of the best things about credit card stacking is credit cards are easier to get the loans and credit lines. You can get them in the new stages of your business, even right as you're launching your business. But the newer your business is, the more important your credibility is to getting approval. At that point, you probably don't have well-established business credit. You don't have revenue and a track history and tax returns. So in lieu of these things, you want to give lenders and credit issuers what else you have, which is a really, really strong, lendable, fundable business. So in order to do this, make sure you set up an LLC or a corporation. Have an EIN number, have a separate bank account for your business, a separate address and phone number for your business, have a professional website set up that reflects the products and services that you sell, and have an email address that's congruent with your website. My website's creditsuite.com. My email is info@creditsuite.com. That's exactly what you want to do for your business as well. The stronger your credibility, the stronger your lendability, the stronger your fundability, the more likely it is that you're going to get approved for credit cards right away. Next, when it comes to apply, you want to diversify your cards. You don't want to go get 3, 4, 5 Chase cards. You don't want to go get 3, 4, 5 Wells Fargo's cards either. You want to make sure you diversify from major banks all the way down even to regional banks and even credit unions. That's going to give you the best chance of getting approved. So you might want to have a Chase card. You also might want to have a Regions Bank card. You might want to have a Wells Fargo bank. You might find a Navy Federal Credit Union card, and all the way down. So big banks, regional banks, credit unions, diversify the credit card you're actually applying for across those different areas to have the greatest probability of getting approved. And remember, it's really not in your best interest to apply for multiple credit cards at the same source. Not only can that help you get denied on the second card you're applying for, but they may think it's fraudulent and even shut down the first card that you get. So diversify your applications across different lenders to get the maximum amount of approval. Now, one more thing you could do to even make that better is you can have a bank account set up with each source you're applying for. Yeah, I get it. It might require a little bit of work, but if you go 3, 4, 5, 6 months before you start credit card stacking and you set up a bank at Regions Bank and a bank account at Wells Fargo, a bank account at Chase, a bank account at your local bank, your local credit union, and you even have a little bit of money in there, $100, $50, you're moving some money around, you're showing movement in the account, that radically and exponentially improves the probability that you're going to get approved. So not only do you want to diversify your approvals across multiple banks, but you also want to open up bank accounts if you're willing to do so at those locations. It exponentially increases your probability you'll get approved and also gives you higher approval amounts and better terms when you do get approved. You also want to know about sign-up bonuses. Look, a lot of these credit cards offer really cool incentives the first time that you get approved with them. They might give you 0% rates for an extended period of time. They might allow you 0% on balance transfers from other credit cards. They might give you a massive lump sum of points the very first time you get the card and spend a certain amount of money. Know those things, because oftentimes you can get rewards worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars just by spending a certain amount of money the first month, 3 months, or 6 months that you use that card, for example. So know those sign-up bonuses. That can put a lot of money in your pocket just by going out and applying for the credit cards. When you are approved, next you want to manage your credit utilization. Here's why. A lot of times with our clients, when we're helping them with credit card stacking, within 1 year, they have doubled or tripled their approval amount. Let me repeat that. We get them approved for an amount like 50 grand. And within a year, they're up to 100 or 150,000 on those exact same accounts. How does that happen? Proper management. You want to make sure that you're utilizing your credit cards the smart way. Put money on the credit cards, use them all, pay them off. The more they see the cycle of you using your credit, paying it off, maybe even keeping small balances there and paying your bills on time, the greater probability that you're going to get your limits increased. And don't forget to ask. Every 6 months, you want to apply for an increase to your credit limit, especially if they're not doing a hard inquiry. So I ask my credit issuers, look, are you going to do a credit check to be able to issue me an increase? If they say no, then I apply every 6 months or even sooner if I can. Some sources like Discover let you apply for an increase every single month, while many other credit cards let you do it twice a year. Just by doing this one thing, it can exponentially increase the amount of approval you have on those accounts. Oh, and by the way, don't be afraid to ask the minute you first get approved. In multiple cases in my history, and a lot of times we see with our clients, when they get the initial approvals, we have them go back, or we go back and immediately ask for an increase to the limit. And you'd be blown away that sometimes they're getting double the limit just because they asked right after they got the initial approval. Don't get me wrong, sometimes this doesn't work, and that's okay, because in the cases it does, you could oftentimes increase your approval by 25 to 200% just by asking the minute you get approved. And finally, continue to build a relationship with your credit card issuer. Look, maybe you had some bank accounts set up. Maybe you ran a little bit of money through them to get your initial approvals. It's not a bad idea to maybe use more than one bank account, several bank accounts with the card you like the most. The more they see that you're expanding your relationship with them, the greater probability that you're going to get more kinds of credit cards and more kind of financing for them. So if I get a great credit card from Chase, then I'm probably going to put more money in my Chase bank account. I'm probably going to open a money market account with them, a savings account, even if I keep a little bit of money. Look, banks use a secret credit score called the bank rating that looks at these kind of factors. How many accounts do you have with them is one of the factors. So just by having a checking, a savings, and a money market account, even if I keep very small balances in there, that alone gives me a higher bank rating. So the more accounts I have with these banks tie in, how I manage those accounts tie in. So you can actually have a good bank rating with every one of these banks and then be able to get even more approvals and higher limits as you continue the credit card stacking process. Also, every 6 months, review where you are. If you have unauthorized inquiries, remove those inquiries. And once those inquiries get to be 6 months old, then you can repeat the process and go back and credit card stack again and again and again. Look, I literally have clients and have seen coaches getting clients hundreds of thousands of dollars in financing using credit card stacking every single year. And the way they're doing it is using these techniques, using these tactics that we use, and also being able to go in every 6 months and redo the process and apply and get more and more credit as you continue to go. Do you want the fastest path to credit card stacking? Well, then check out Credit Line Hybrid. You can get pre-approved right now at creditsuite.com/CLH. And if you got value from this training, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.